Adam22, the last decade, has pretty much been a staple in the hip-hop social media sector, at one point maintaining more numbers rap-related than any platform you could find, making unknown talents viral names overnight, giving some of us our first glimpse of soon-to-be legends.
It's clearly the sound of the city right now. How's it feel bringing the sauce to LA?
Sure, it's amazing, you know what I'm saying?
But what happens when you figure out what's supposed to be an asset to a culture well-loved by the black community is everything but?
How would you describe what was going on that night? Maybe even just like take us through the day if you want.
Well, I'm not finna get into detail about too much, but
Building a platform off of the backs of black artists
hey, stop playing before I smack.
Let's do it.
who would pay the ultimate price of humiliation,
Ask all the time, when you going back to no jumpers? Nigga, I ain't going back.
robbery,
Next thing you know, I'm getting punched up in the face and it just goes crazy.
while some would land themselves behind bars with no release date in sight.
The only reason I ain't come outside and kill one of you, cause I was in front of these white niggas.
What if I told you such a figure as Adam22 was predicted years ago by one of Black America's most prominent civil rights leaders?
I think there are many whites who act friendly toward Negroes.
This is the story of a guy from Massachusetts
Well, being that nobody got hurt or anything, I didn't think that it was too offensive.
who started off riding BMX bikes and would end up mastering the art of placing blacks against blacks.
Guys.
Oh. Guys.
And I guess, you know, people from the streets sometimes get caught up in federal RICO indictments, whatever the this is, and
While monetizing the chaos, making millions consistently,
Stop touching me!
while handing out pennies for pain.
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke.
This is the cap story of Adam22.
You got cap in your raps. You got cap in your raps.
Malcolm X gave us two animals,
I think there are many whites who act friendly toward Negroes.
the wolf and the fox.
Fox acts friendly toward the lamb. And usually the fox is the one who ends up with the lamb chop on his plate.
The wolf, you know what it is. It attacks you directly, while the fox feels the same but chooses to be passive.
The wolf doesn't act friendly, and therefore the wolf has more difficulty in getting the lamb chopped in his plate. Their appetite is the same. Their motives are the same. It's only their mannerisms and methods that differ.
Malcolm wasn't just describing animals. He was really describing a business model. Adam22 is not the villain of this story because he's evil. Adam22 is the villain of this story because he proved there is an unlimited market for watching people destroy themselves, and the consequences would be little to none, as long as the man running it all wasn't one of them. Malcolm warned us about this man 50 years ago. We just didn't think he'd have a podcast. Adam Grand Mason started No Jumper as a BMX blog in the early 2010s. Somewhere between the kickflips and the content strategy, he noticed something. The streets were louder than the suburbs, and the suburbs were paying to listen.
Well, being that nobody got hurt or anything, I didn't think that it was too offensive.
He already tried sponsoring chaos with his own community, paying kids to do bike tricks over homeless folks.
Even though nobody got hurt, it's like right on the line of, you know, being messed up, you know, and so that was...
In reality, it may look like he has a full head of hair, but deep down, he's a skinhead.
Baphomet and Satan head that people are always gawking at in public, so got both of those done, and I love the way those look.
Not only can skinheads be demonic, believe it or not,
and I basically told them I wanted to get like a Virgin Mary choking herself out and like dying.
They can be capitalists too. By 2016, Adam had planted himself directly inside the SoundCloud rap explosion, turning little-known rap artists into viral legends. Namely, XXXTentacion, a 17-year-old facing felony charges for home invasion, and Tekashi 6ix9ine, well before he became hip-hop's biggest rat. But there was one who should be highly noted, Tay-K. After seeing a few rise to millions of followers after their podcast appearance, he figured, why not take one under his umbrella so he can reap more of the rewards? He would sign Tay-K, a 16-year-old fugitive wanted for murder while his song, The Race, was climbing the charts. But here is where the philosophy of Malcolm X starts to apply itself, because Malcolm spoke about the fox using the community as a cloak, getting close enough to be trusted, being seen as a benefactor, and Tay-K will be the first real proof of what that friendship actually cost. Adam pushed the Free Tay-K movement. He amplified the myth of the outlaw and put his own face on the cover art right next to Tay-K's. And suddenly, the label ended from SA allegations. But the story of Tay-K didn't end there, because Adam conducted a jailhouse interview over a recorded prison phone line.
Nobody's ever heard you speak on this song at all, so have you heard it?
And during that interview, Tay-K mentioned he had an iPad in his cell.
Yeah, I got a tablet. Like, I got an iPad. I'll be listening to music in this house.
Oh, that's crazy.
Adam left it in the video. Guards raided the cell, found the iPad. Tay-K went to solitary confinement. Adam left the footage up because it was never about Tay-K's condition, it was about the content. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because there's a moment in No Jumper podcast history that pretty much defines what the platform had become. And it happened live, on camera, in real time. March 17th, 2019, Adam is at his studio on Melrose. A man named David Tran walks in behind a food delivery driver, points a gun at Adam's head and yells, "Give me all your money right now." Adam's immediate reaction? A high-pitched nervous laugh. Because for a split second, his brain couldn't determine whether this was content or crime. Security tackled the man, knocked him unconscious. Adam filmed the body on the floor, continued the stream briefly, then called the police. A gun was placed against his head, and the first instinct was to calculate the thumbnail and then go on a press tour.
The hee that I let out is just this bizarre, like, nervous reaction, I guess.
Adam didn't just build the platform, he built the magnet, and the things it was attracting were getting heavier. So what would Adam do? Turn No Jumper podcast into hip-hop's version of Jerry Springer, driving up numbers from people getting spat on, pushed, and manhandled.
Hey, stop playing before I smack you.
Let's do it.
Hey, no. Watch out, we ain't doing
With guests who couldn't stand each other, somehow ending up sitting right across from each other.
Nigga, this is what this boy told me, so for him to sit here and lie, that's why I've been calling you that's why I told you I suck the out you.
Lying about
I'm
shit,
not
though.
playing with you, you've been lying.
I just told you,
You've
this
been
isn't for
lying.
anything.
This nigga's a clown. This nigga's
I'm sorry, bro. A real one, bro.
No, you're not.
Bro.
A real one where?
Bro.
You just lied about where you was from on camera a month ago. How I lied?
But the real collapse was on its way, and it wasn't coming from the outside. It was already inside the building, and it started with a drink in the face. No Jumper didn't start falling apart just because the culture rejected it. It started falling apart because the people on the inside started figuring out that they were building a house that they never owned. Soon, the dominoes began to fall one by one. Adam's co-host, Housephone, thought his 10-year friendship actually meant something. Well, he would learn the hard way, pun intended. In Adam's world, everything is content. January 2023, Adam interviews a trans woman on his show. Apparently, Housephone had something going on with the ladyboy that was divulged in the interview.
I was just trying to bring up some shit that was relevant to the show. I honestly think that little Housephone should be proud and happy and excited.
On the next episode, Housephone threw a drink in his face on air and called him a snake.
Fucking funeral as soon as it happened, just because.
And as far as No Jumper podcast, we would never see him again. 2 months later, AD, T-Rel, and Duno quit simultaneously. This due to Adam's yapping to Lush One about the lack of value AD brought to the table. 2 black men who made No Jumper more than just a white man's podcast were gone, all at once. In response, Adam would fire Lush One, the addict who leaked the conversation.
I can show you the entire chat. I didn't say that.
I honestly think, at least for now, maybe we could come to the bottom of this at some point, but it's probably better that you just leave.
All right, man.
Thank you.
It will become performative due to Lush One making his way back to No Jumper, while AD would never be on the show again.
Because the Wednesday show is obviously something that the fans are going to miss. You guys are going to be on your own version of that?
We doing Wednesdays live.
I mean, so yeah, Figgmunity World basically is our network.
This is the moment where the smart ones would figure out they were nothing but props, whose value was only worth what Adam can get out of them.
It is, the platform is for you to, because we didn't have money, you know what I'm saying? So, but we got clout, you feel me?
At this point, No Jumper was atop many lists of hip hop influence, but the backs it was built on begin turning. So Adam needed to send a message showing others how he truly felt. While I say it was a message, there are other people that will call it desperation. Adam started booking white nationalists, debates about race being conducted on a platform built entirely on the labor and culture of black artists.
Component too, like white people have white skin, that's determined by genetics. And so race realism is simply the idea that race is a biological reality.
Not only that, he then began another show. Plug talked with his wife, Lena.
Okay, you did an adult scene with someone else.
I mean, but it's like...
Now think about what it takes to get to this point. You built a platform on the most dangerous people in Los Angeles, watched a few destroy themselves, so the ponds were running out. The well was drying up. So what does a man do when he runs out of other people's chaos to monetize? He uses his real passion. You see, Adam liked to watch his wife get f***ed, so why not monetize that? So when the real hip-hop artists stopped coming through, he used his own marriage as a replacement.
I don't think you're a cuck. Are you gonna go with this?
The man who built his career on other people's most dangerous moments eventually ran out of other people's material, so he started selling his own.
Cucks are supposed to be weak, and
They're
they want to be
Yes.
made to feel lesser, and I don't think that that's you.
An action that was matched perfectly to Malcolm's comments on capitalism. You show me a capitalist, and I'll show you a bloodsucker. But the real cost of all this was still coming, and sure enough, it would arrive with a badge. You see, here's where the story genuinely can become uncomfortable, because it will be quite easy to just say Adam is an evil person, and that's just the end of the story. But that conclusion would let a lot of other people off the hook. One of Malcolm X's most powerful observations of the black community's internal dwellings of capitalism would be the house Negro and the field Negro.
And there were two kinds of Negroes. There was that old house Negro and the field Negro.
Because everything you've seen and are going to see in this video, the participants are definitely aware of.
And the house Negro always looked out for his master. When the field Negroes got too much out of line, he held them back in check. And he loved his master more than his master loved himself. That's why he didn't want his master hurt. If the master got sick, he'd say, "What's the matter, boss? We sick." This was the difference between the two. And today you still have house Negroes and field Negroes.
Los Angeles, the origin of the Bloods and Crips, has long been the home of self-hatred of black people.
They may not talk about it very often, but I certainly heard them shudder in church when he said there'd be 1 billion Negroes in Los Angeles.
We shudder because we're saying, in essence, the majority of these people are not like we are.
Something which Adam22 would thrive off of for monetization.
The most self-hating, Sambo-ish, sellout blacks in America are in Los Angeles, California. This is a fact. Don't believe me? Well, look at this.
I'm in cell like 4 at the time. So, you know, I see I'm banging on everything. Only people I'm not banging on is white boys and Mexicans. You feel me? They not my people.
We appreciate it.
You know?
Thank you very much.
It's regular that I'm a bang on everything black that I see.
Not only would these gang members participate,
No.
We were recording, right?
Not for what I'm finna give
Johnny,
you.
we were recording.
I swear to God.
Is this recording?
they would fight to stay in the house.
Nigga, if you got underlying conditions, hate the hood, on West Side Rollin, say that.
I'm not betting you anything, and stop touching me.
You know, this is why I salute Adam22, because he gives us this platform.
I don't need your weird ass hands in my face.
That's how you mean
No.
You can call him a culture vulture. You can call him a white dude in the black world.
And like, I will always be indebted like to Adam, right? Jumper is not my platform, it's Adam's platform, right? And the show itself.
Hey, listen.
Hold on. What the? What the? It's not.
Bitch, the only reason I ain't come outside kill one of you is cause I was in front of these white.
Creating an atmosphere of musical chairs and cutthroat tactics.
Was that most of these Chicago guys, they've never been on an airplane, and they're probably never gonna be on an airplane.
Anything to stay on the show.
Where's you from?
I'm from New Hampshire,
Nigga, fuck
buddy.
New Hampshire.
Stay in the house.
You say you ain't gonna do what?
I ain't never gonna let Cuz get beat up in here. On Fight Crip.
Right, on beans, cause I'll tee this up on King Day.
Do it.
Come on.
I'm not seeing it.
I'll tee this up.
But the house would be a comfortable trap where the patrons would talk as if the cops don't have a Wi-Fi connection.
So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6 I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him.
You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip.
Not only were their actions being watched, they were being provoked through setup plays where somehow, some way, enemies will always end up in the same room by way of the Fox.
On 6-0, stop giving niggas the address then. Stop giving them niggas the address then.
Calm down, Bricc. Chill out.
Stop giving niggas the address.
And by 2025, the trap had caught people the federal government was very interested in.
Today, we're here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr.
March 2025, federal prosecutors unsealed a 43-count indictment targeting the Rollin 60s neighborhood Crips. Among the names swept up in it, Bricc Baby, real name Zahir Mitchell, charged as a felon in possession of a firearm. Luce Cannon, real name Tremaine Williams, charged with robbery tied to the extortion of an unlicensed marijuana dispensary. And inside the legal documents, the actual federal indictment, investigators cited no jumper interviews. The platform that was supposed to be a safe space for street figures to speak freely had become functionally a surveillance camera with better lighting and a thumbnail. Adam's response to all of this was to go live on Instagram in a red Nike tech suit.
When they showed up, I was wearing a red Nike tech, not exactly the definition of fresh.
He turned a federal investigation into a content drop.
I got a crazy update. I'm gonna do the good diligent podcaster thing and I'm gonna save it for tomorrow at 4 p.m.
The feds just cited your platform with a 43-page indictment. 2 of your biggest talents are now locked up behind bars with no release date in sight. Though the numbers would rise with 2 of your biggest talents locked up in jail, that would be a hard act to follow. Yes, no jumper was beginning to fall off. The fall still had a few floors left.
I saw this video that alleged that it was you involved in this crazy ass shootout. What was that situation?
The internet moved quickly to call Adam a federal informant. He denied it aggressively.
I see a lot of people saying that 22 is the reason why Bricc got caught up. Out of here.
Saying he merely employs people from the streets and isn't responsible for their off-mic activities.
A lot of the that people are getting caught up for, especially with Bricc, it's like, I'm not seeing anything that says anything about stuff that he's done in the last 2 years since he's been with us, right? All I can say is that, yes, I may crack a joke here and there. I'm sorry, that's just my sick sense of humor. But end of the day, that's my boy. I'm standing with him.
And you know what? He's probably right. He probably didn't snitch in a traditional sense because he didn't have to. The platform was cooperation. And if you were a fan of the show, how could you be surprised? People were getting robbed, stripped, and beat in the parking lot.
The next thing you know, I'm getting punched up in the face and it just goes crazy.
But if you thought that was alarming, have you heard of the name 4Extra? Before we get too far in this video, please do me one small favor and apply pressure to that subscribe button and hype me up. A Rollin 40s Crip and no jumper regular 4Extra suffered a catastrophic fireworks accident on July 4th, 2025, lost parts of his hand. Adam's response was to post clips titled, "Adam speaks on 4Extra blowing his hand off," before the man was even out of the hospital.
I did speak to 4Extras on the phone on Friday.
Doubled down by having the guy's enemies on the show where the Fox had no problems laughing at the situation.
Now, I will reveal to the people, he was not 100% happy with me. He felt like it was weak for me to be on a podcast with people that he perceives as ops and to ask them what they thought about the situation with his blowing up of his hand.
He turned a man's blown off hand into valuable content.
Ask all the time, when you going back to no jumpers? Nigga, I ain't going back. You get up there with my enemies, talk about my hand, talk about me, laugh like it's funny, I'm gonna broke your jaw.
September 2025, a social media trend picks up traction. The Drop Your Flag Challenge. Young men in gang cultures choosing to put down their affiliation to gangs.
My brother Hocus just did something big on the internet, and I stand by that. I jumped up in this. Niggas did something to my uncle. I ain't even ever had the mind to be Crip, you heard?
An attempt by some OGs to undo the inspiration they put forth.
Hocus, what you doing is a beautiful thing for the youth. I'm all the way with it.
Adam22 posted a response mocking it. Yes, not encouraging it, making it seem like it's one of the lamest decisions a person could make.
I just want to say to all the people out there, I ain't gangbanging no more. put in work in the jails, but I decided I needed to change my life. Ever since the big homies caught me playing with my booty hole, they've been extorting me, $20K a month. I encourage everybody out there to do the Drop My Flag challenge.
But one would step up to denounce this demonic vibe. Styles P, a man who has lived every word of street credibility Adam ever borrowed, responded on cold, labeling Adam as exactly what we've known him to be, a culture vulture.
Straight up, you a Styles P. On 40 Crip, you want the attention, you got it.
And almost right on cue, one of Adam's biggest house ninjas would step up to the plate, Wack 100.
Styles P, jumping out the window for Hogan's 4/5. He's a hypocrite.
And today you still have house Negroes and field Negroes.
Right? All this drop the flag shit, that's cool. You know, you ain't got to drop your flag to eliminate the gangbanging.
But the Styles P movement was significant because it was cultural rejection. The audience that had given the platform its meaning was beginning to withdraw it. Adam wasn't just losing his grip on the culture, he was losing his grip on the numbers. And when the money started to dry up, the Fox did one thing a predator never does. He played dead.
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys.
Because months before, the Fox had made an announcement. No Jumper is going broke.
No Jumper is going broke. I know that might sound crazy.
The No Jumper Instagram, their primary traffic driver, had been deleted by Meta.
After almost 10 years of building it up and essentially no strikes on our account, we got taken down one day and we still have absolutely no idea why.
The $5 million Burbank warehouse was a financial catastrophe. Lawsuits for former employees were draining resources. The empire was cracking. Or was it? In a follow-up interview, he admitted that he intentionally titled the video No Jumper is Going Broke as a viral marketing tactic.
Am I personally going broke? No. I do porn. I have a very successful business called Plug Talk.
He used the perception of his own failure as bait to pressure Meta to get eyeballs back on the situation.
I also, not a big spender. I've got plenty of money that I've stashed away over the years.
A lesser man would lose money and feel shame. Adam lost money and found an angle. And even at the bottom, there was one more humiliation ritual waiting, and the biggest one yet. And it came from a man Adam thought he had already beat. Back in July 2023, Adam would lend his wife out to a porno star named Jason Love.
It's finally happening. Wow, I did not know you were going to do that.
Adam called it generational wealth. The internet called him a cuck.
And we're going to be sitting in a theater, and we're going to have that 41-minute video up on the screen.
But the clicks came, and Adam declared victory. Then Jason Love kept woofing.
Do you think that you her better than Adam did?
Well, obviously, yes.
Adam eventually blacklisted Lena from BBC, but by that point, the story had taken a life of its own, and Adam knew it. So in late 2025, he did what he always does. He converted the humiliation into a business transaction, a sanctioned boxing match through Adam Ross's Brand Risk Promotions. He tried to fight his way out of it, literally. One boxing match to reclaim whatever the internet had decided he surrendered. The problem was the man on the other side of the ring had already beaten him once and had absolutely no reason to let him win this time.
Medical clearance, totally fine. I'm good. Jason, on the other hand, it's a little bit hectic right now. His blood pressure was 170.
January 23rd, 2026, Miami. Jason Love knocked Adam down twice and ended the fight in 73 seconds. Adam didn't land a single punch. The referee stopped it before the round finished, and in the hours following the fight, we found out what this was really about. He and Lana posted a video cuddling a life-size cardboard cutout of Jason Love trying to turn the loss into a brand moment.
Baby, I missed him. Let's never fight again.
Malcolm X warned us about the man who smiles while he sells you out. But what do you call the man who sells himself out and smiles while the world laughs at him? That's the final form of Adam22, a man who has no shame left because the shame does not pay. Adam22 did not force his way into the culture. He was invited, given access, given protection, given a seat at the table where everybody convinced themselves the camera was neutral, staff members locked up, Others pushed out of the closet, stripped naked, and lost limbs even. And through it all, Adam capitalized the most. Could only make you think of what would Malcolm say if he was still here. And the scariest part of this story doesn't end with no jumper, because the next Fox probably isn't coming. He's probably already live right now. If you like what you just saw, I'm pretty sure you'll like my other cap stories and my other documentaries. And if you really want to support the page and want access to my exclusive content, please join my Patreon. You can also add me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, just in case, something were to happen to this page. Well, anyways, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approved, right? With that water. I see you here next time on Moxy Approved.